Hey there, it's Margaret at Main Street Hair Solutions out of Thorpe, Wisconsin. I wanted to offer up some tips and tricks on how to vary up the look of your synthetic wig. Now, we all know that with traditional synthetic, you cannot apply any heat of any kind. And so you cannot change the curl pattern. If it's straight, it's always going to be straight. Curly, it always will be curly. So day to day, you can't run a flat iron through it and kind of change up the curl pattern. And so some wig wearers of synthetic wigs may or may not feel a little bit stuck, a little bit bored with the look of their synthetic wig, especially if they only own one. I have like 5 wigs, and so I have a lot of fun just day to day wearing different wigs. And then even while wearing those same wigs, I can change up the style, which is exactly what I'm going to talk about in a second. And so especially if you just have one wig, you're probably going to get a little bit bored with it. So this video hopefully will help you just find ways to change up your look ever so slightly with the use of pulling hair back, using little ponytail holders and barrettes and cute clips and hair bands and hats and things like that, just to switch up your looks, which I like to do that. I get bored pretty easily. So the wig that I'm wearing right now is called Rachel by John Renault. She is my favorite. She is my oldest wig, and to be honest, she's just about lived her life. A wig is only meant to last about 6 to 9 months. The shorter side of that would be for your longer wigs because they're so much more prone to tangling, and then detangling that all the time, it can just over time lead to some damage to that wig. It's just how it goes. And so if it's a short wig and you don't have tangling issues, you'll be on the longer end of that. And so I've had Rachel for about 10 months now, which is quite a bit of time. The first half of that I wore her exclusively because I didn't have any other wigs, and then the second half of that I've worn her with other wigs. But now that we're at about 10 months, I can just kind of tell that she's, a little dry and isn't as adorable as she once was. So, but anyway, I'm having a hard time letting go because she is my favorite. So with Rachel specifically, I'm just going to show you some things that I like to do besides wearing her, straight down like this. Okay, one of my favorite things, especially when I first got Rachel, because she does have a lot of hair on her, and my biological hair is extremely fine and thin and just lays very flat. And so when I first got Rachel and put her on, while I loved her, it was a lot of hair for me that took me a while to get used to. And so I pretty much almost every day that I wore her, I took some hair from both sides. I'm not going to do it perfectly, but I just took some hair from both sides and did something along these lines. Whether I braided it or just pulled it back, sometimes I would braid this piece or whatever. Sometimes I'd grab more hair, sometimes less. But doing that helped me just feel like I didn't have such a big head of hair. And I really like her like that. But I want to point out the difference between grabbing some hair like this or grabbing your hair and going like this. Okay, so this would be, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, this is a don't. I just feel like this screams wig. Okay, so if I have all my hair pulled back, first of all, you can see my biological hair right there. Second, you can see the wig cap. So it's always going to be a good idea to leave, even if it's the tiniest little bit, even if it was just this one piece right here, leave something around the front to cover up the wig cap where it starts. And so that's a rule. I do also like, I've got some hair caught there. I wish that I could do something like that, but it is something that I have never ever in my life done with my hair. I have never worn my hair pulled back like that because I have a very high forehead, and it's gotten higher as I've gotten older, as I've been losing hair. And I've never been able to sport that kind of look, but that is something that you might be able to do. I wish I could. I know I can do it. I'm just not comfortable with it, and that's kind of my goal. And so, you know, you could grab some hair and put it in a little clip like that. In a way, I think it's cute, but in a way, this is really pushing my boundaries. This would shock me when I look at myself in the mirror, because I've never done that before. So anyway, those are a couple things. I also like to kind of sweep her over to the side like this. I think she's really pretty, but of course it wouldn't stay like that. And so I have done something where I grab this hair. Of course, I'm not looking in the mirror while I'm doing it right now, but I'll grab it and kind of twist it so that it stays in there, okay? And then right here, I can do like a loose ponytail or a loose braid or something like that. But again, see how I've got my hair covered up here? I've got some hair over my ear. You can't make a ponytail and go like this. That does not look right. And if you wanna look good and look cute, you really have to take some time looking in the mirror and just making sure that all of the wig is covered and that it just looks as natural as possible. So those are a couple of things. Oh, and one of my favorite things is wearing a hat. I love wearing these cute hats with my wigs. I'm in Wisconsin, so it's cold here. So I love wearing hats, different kinds of hats, baseball hats and stuff like that. So that's a thing too. I'm going to take this wig off and put one of my other wigs on and show you what I do with that one. Okay, this is January by John Renault. She is super cute. And if I don't want to wear her just like this, just normal, one thing that I like to do that I just recently started doing is taking the majority of the hair here and just kind of twisting it and bringing it back. Twisting and bringing it back. Of course, I'm not looking in a mirror while doing this. I would take more time with it. But do you get the idea? I just kind of twist them together and use, you know, clips, bobby pins, ponytail holder, whatever, and get that up. And so then it looks really cute like this. And I am madly in love with this look. I just started doing it, so for me it's still very fun because I've done this like twice with January. This was inspired by Eileen, who runs the Woodbury location. She also owns January in a really beautiful blonde, and she did that, and I saw her, I'm like, oh. And so I got inspired by her. Thank you, Eileen. So that's one of my favorite things to do with January right now. But of course, same thing, same idea, you know, taking some hair back like this and bringing it back. And still doesn't have to be exactly this amount of hair, but you just have to be mindful of having hair here, okay? This does not look cute. This just, you can see the lace stop and the wig cap start, and it's just, no. So this right here is much better, okay? That is January. I suppose I could do just like a basic ponytail, but I'm not really a big fan of I think it just makes a little bit of a difference with twisting it. So play around with it, twists, braids, small pieces of hair, bigger chunks of hair, and you're gonna find not cute when you do it this way, super cute when you do it this way, and just go with it. But you know, the sky is the limit really, but just take an honest look at yourself in the mirror while you're doing it and say, does this look real? Does it look wiggy? Because it's very easy for things to look wiggy. Again, I can take, say, this hair right here, okay, and just go like that, okay? I really don't like that. And a lot of people will just take their hair and go and pin it right there. And if you don't do it really carefully, and picky. It's really going to look wiggy. It's just doesn't look right. I don't know quite why, but it just doesn't look right. Okay, this is January. I'm going to put on one more wig for you and show you what I do with that one. Okay, this is You by Ellen Villa. And I really like this wig, even though it is really basic. It has no features at all, no lace, no monofilament, no nothing. But I think they did a really good job making it. And for a wig at this price point with no features, I'm quite impressed. I like this wig, and it's extremely comfortable on me. So anyway, this is basically, you know, if you take this wig out of the box and put it on, you know, this is kind of where the part wants to be, and this is the general pattern of the style of hair. But what I like about this wig, probably because it's short and stuff, is it really gives me room to play around with it just by shifting the hair around. And so I can put my fingers in there. I can maybe wet the hair a little bit and just kind of mess it up a little bit. I can send the hair kind of in more of a backwards pattern. I don't really care for that because I think, I don't know, there's just something older about that. I like this. I like to wear this wig way more sassy. I like to find a messy, sassy way to wear it. I don't really like it as much when I have it really neat. So I like to do messy things like this. Sometimes I even completely change the direction of the hair. And I'll do something like this. Sometimes I, you know, make it so that pieces stick up. There is a product that I like by John Renault called Piece Out Contour Fiber Cream or something like that. And then of course synthetic wig hairspray. In between those two, I can get in there and get this all piecey and spiky and then spray it. So I like this wig. Maybe I'll just leave it on for the rest of the day and not put Rachel back on. But anyway, you know, I don't necessarily use clips and things like that in this particular wig, but just by moving the hair around and thinking outside the box a little bit, I can have some fun with this one. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could put a clip in there somewhere, but that almost would be too cute for me, and I don't like to be cute. I like to be sassy. So anyway, if you have any questions about the wig that you wear, some different ideas with your specific wig, if you just don't know how to apply these tips to you, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help. I can be reached by email at info@mainstreethairsolutions.com, or you can call me here at 715-669-6500. Website is mainstreethairsolutions.com. Hope this was helpful. Thanks. Bye.